Hey guys. So we have a bunch today. So let's organize this. We're going to start with the psychic tarot, and then we have whispers of love, and we have two tarot ones. This one, the tarot, the complete kit, is actually called Tarot Nova. If you look on it online, or look for it online. And then we have Tarot Mystical Moments. What order was it in? I think it was like this. And then they said at the very end there's going to be one more. So let's start with this, okay? Let's start with that. How's everybody doing? It's bright and sunny where I am today. How's the weather where you are? I had a question this morning when I woke up. Well, actually, it was from last night. It was from watching and listening to a bunch of podcasts and videos yesterday, and it brought on a question just within myself from my own life, and I woke up this morning and that question was still there. And every morning I listen to one of Abraham's recent broadcast clips, right, through one of the other channels that upload that. I'll link it in the description so you can listen to it too. But it answered my question, and I love that because that particular channel uploads one clip like every day, right? And a lot of times if I have a question in my heart, the following morning when I listen to the Abraham clip, Abraham will answer my question. So yeah, it was answered. So I'm feeling buzzy and amazing right now because it brought me into alignment. And yeah, so I'm gonna link that in the description so that you guys can listen to it too and see if it answers some of your questions. All right, let's start with the Psychic Tarot Oracle deck. Two cards. I feel like this might end up being a bigger spread today, just because there's so many decks that universe chose for us. All right. Message from universe. Stand your ground. Whatever it is that you believe in it, like wholeheartedly. You know, even if other people have other ways of doing things, even if other people believe other things, even if other people have doubts about whatever, right? If you know something in your heart, if you know something in your gut, stand your ground. Trust yourself. And I feel like a lot of your answers will come from you releasing any doubts and resistance and uncertainty about your ground, whatever your ground or your belief may be. And once you release that, the shadow, and you're standing your ground and you're standing on the side of you being right, in what you're choosing to believe in, right? That your answers will come. I feel like if we're looking on a scale, right, that a lot of your resistance has released already, and that you're gradually and more coming into the light, because I'm seeing this figure stand out a lot more prominently than the shadow side. So you're winning. Whatever it is that you're doing, there's something that's happening, like I'm going to say this week to this month. So I'm recording this in March, but whenever you're watching this video, right, just within the month that you're in, I'll say 30 days because we don't know what part of the month you're watching it in. But within this week to this month, this energy is going to release due to your belief in yourself. And the light part of you is going to come out and shine brighter and brighter and brighter. And you're just going to feel more confidence. You're going to feel more secure and certain and sure of yourself. There's no struggle here anymore. It's not about struggling with your shadow. It's more about taming, calming your shadow. You know the strength card with the lady taming the beast, taming the lion. Let me see if I can find it from this deck, from the traditional tarot. It's kind of like that. It's you're taming the oh, found it so fast. You're taming your shadow. You're taming this beast. And you're not fighting it. You're just letting it go. You're releasing it. Okay. I'll put that there so you can have that. All right. Let's see. Tarot Nova. That's a really strong message, you guys. You know, sometimes just because other people, maybe let's call it a trend, or let's call it what's popular, or let's call it what's dominant in their beliefs or the culture or society or whatever, right? Well, whoever that other group may be that is opposite of what you're thinking and believing and wanting for yourself. Just because there might be a lot of them, you're more powerful in the creation of your own life through your own thoughts than like say it's you and then it's like a million other people, or however many, right? You and what you believe and what you think, how that's what creates your reality and your life, and you're more powerful in creating your life through your thoughts than like a million other people in whatever their belief is. So you can live your life the way you want to. They don't have to ooh, look what popped out. Queen of Pentacles. That's you manifesting. That's you through your beliefs, right? Growing the pear out of the vine, and you coming to the point of plucking that fruit and going, yes, I've created it through my stance. Okay. And so I feel like probably by the end of the month, the end of the 30 days, you'll be at this point where you're plucking your fruit. It's going to be one of many. It's not like the end of the story and happy ending and all of that. I mean, it is a happy ending, but then there's going to be so many phases of your life as you go through, right? So this is going to be one of them. You're going to be plucking one of your fruits. And I'm seeing this queen is the same person as the lady in the strength card, as this the guy in the light in the shadow card. Okay. Awesome. Okay, whispers of love. Somebody out there's like a mother voice that's coming through. So maybe, for someone or some of you out there's a mother voice that's been, you grew up with this mom voice in your head telling you how to do things or how things should be or something like that. And it's the thing with moms, just in general, right? Or with anybody, somebody that you feel like is like should be like a guidance person to you. Because human beings kind of think of it that way, that your parents, your teachers, your authority figures in your life are the people that you should be listening to in terms of guidance. But really, in terms of true guidance you should be listening to your inner being, to your spirit, to your, stand your ground. If there's something floating around in your head that's like a voice from your mom or from your, grandmother, whoever it may be, this voice that's kind of telling you that what you're doing is wrong. Listen to your own self over those other voices. And I'm not saying that your mom or whoever could never be right. I mean, they are, but you can tell from the way you feel inside whether you're in harmony with the message that they give you or not, right? Because sometimes, people from a different time, they grew up before you, they came to this earth before you, they lived through a different time, and they have their own experiences, right? And so what they lived through and their experiences and what they've learned from their own experiences might work for them, but it might not work for you. And and then on the other hand, also that sometimes they do have a lot of good guidance for you and that you can learn a lot from them. But it all comes from, you have to run it through your own system, your own intuition, in order to find out, hey, is this the right guidance, or is this maybe just guidance for their own life and not for me? You get to decide. You get to decide. And in that way, you're owning your own space. You're owning your own crown chakra, the space that governs your own life. You get to decide what you take in as a good message for you, or what you decide not to take in. It's kind of like listening to any of these readings online, right? If it's not specific to you, or even if it is specific to you, but especially for these group general readings, like I'm saying a bunch of stuff, and not just me, but any reader that you watch, right? Saying a bunch of stuff. Some of them you might be like, oh yeah, that really resonates. And then some of them is like, yeah, no, that's not really for me. You get to do that even from words from your mother. You get to decide what you take in and what you decide is not for you, okay? I feel like that's a very specific message for somebody who's probably struggling with that, going like, but she's my mom, she gave birth to me, I should listen to her. And your spirit is telling you, take in what works for you and leave out the rest, okay? And some of you are building your strength in doing that, in being able to, like other teachers and stuff might call this drawing boundaries, right? This is a form of it, being able to take in what's light for you and what's shadow for you, what's dark for you. And if it's dark, turn out the light, let it go, right? And go towards your own light. All right. So this is from Whispers of Love, this next one. Express love through gifts. A small token of love can convey great appreciation. I feel like this fruit that you're plucking and this pearl that you're receiving, this could be through other people, or it could be just directly from the universe, in terms of like receiving an answer, receiving an actual gift, receiving, like if it's like a career job thing, receiving some kind of offer. There's something that's coming to you that through this, releasing of resistance, through this you standing your ground, releasing your shadow, that is going to come through you to you. And it's going to come in like a pentacle physical reality kind of way. It's going to be like a physical thing, a physical event, a physical if we're talking like relationships, somebody might actually come to you and tell you they love you. Like there's something that's happening that you're manifesting through this energy work that you're doing, okay? You're going to recognize it. You're going to recognize the pattern between what you're releasing and what you're asking for, what you're trying to create in your life. And then when this thing comes, you're going to be like, oh yeah. And then you'll remember that whole path that you took to get to this place where it actually manifests into your reality. So this is really, really cool. And then there's a sense of like, I created that, like energetically, right? Like I remember when I wanted this thing, I didn't have it. And then I worked through the energy of it, releasing my resistance, standing my ground, and building my strength, right? Building up my strength. And then when this thing comes, then it's like, oh wow, this whole path that I took, I know the exact process that it came to me. And there's going to be like a satisfaction. You're going to feel like a queen. Like, I grew this pear and now I'm plucking it. I remember putting the seed in the ground. I remember waiting for it to grow. I remember nourishing it and watering it, right? And then now that this pear is here, it's mine and I did it. I did it and it's so delicious. Okay? You're going to have that feeling. Ooh, that's so good. All right. And we have the Tarot of Mystical Moments. One of the questions that I was asking yesterday is being answered right at this moment, actually. Because I was reading this book called Fairies 101 by Doreen Virtue. I just got it from the library because I was like, oh yeah, I haven't read one of Doreen's books in a long time. And I remembered that I used to read her fairy books, right? And so I picked it up from the library and I read it yesterday. And I asked universe, I asked my own inner being, like, are fairies real? You know, I've had angels come to me, but I haven't really worked with fairies that much. And it's not that I don't believe in fairies. I believe in the non-physical realm energies, right? Consciousnesses. But the way Doreen described them seemed like there's some, like, because I don't feel like source energy tests people, you know, in order to see if you're worthy or not. Like, that just does not sound right to me. So I was asking universe if fairies, number one, are real in the sense of the way she's describing them, or, you know, how are fairies different from angels? How are these different like entities, different consciousnesses, different aspects of source energy, how are they different from each other? And like, I wanted my own definition, my own understanding of what they are, right? And just now, as I was shuffling this deck, Tarot of Mystical Moments, and I don't know that it's about this deck so much as about the message that came out, but I heard giggling, and those are the fairies. So I guess I'm establishing a communication with them because I can hear them. And I'll find out if I learn anything. I'll let you know what they're about. But they feel fun. They feel very childlike and fun. And that is the way that Doreen describes them. But then it's just that other part that I had trouble really harmonizing with, in terms of like being tested. Like, I don't believe the universe tests us that way. Okay, let's see. All right, what's gonna come out of the Tarot of Mystical Moments? Two of Wands. All right. This ooh, I'm seeing it. The Shadow card from the Psychic Tarot Oracle deck is also the Moon card. Okay. So there's a full moon right there. And the Stand Your Ground, this is also the Seven of Wands. Okay. If you also read tarot. So the Two of Wands talks about, there's sort of like a pregnant picture right here too, just because the earth that she's holding is like right where her belly would be, right? Two of Wands talks about planning, talks about looking into the future and deciding what it is that you're wanting to create, how, and sort of like receiving information on how you want to create. And remember how we talked about 30 days or like 1 month or within the month or something like that. So I feel like the full moon is like the completion of the cycle, the lunar cycle. And so this is talking about receiving information during this time. We said the timing would be like from a week to within the month, or from the week to the end of the month. And so there's sort of like a waiting period during which the thing is going to grow, whatever this is that you're manifesting, right? During which the thing is going to grow, kind of like how, when you're pregnant, you're waiting for your baby to develop inside you, right? And so during this time period while you're waiting for it to grow, while you're nourishing it, while the plant is still growing, right before you can, before you can pluck it, maintaining the consistency in your energy, in your beliefs, there's so how the fairies play into this, because they're coming in, there's this sense of like, you kind of have to believe in magic in order for magic to show up in your life, right? Because say if you don't believe in magic, and you're just a very solid, practical, logical person, and even if magic does show up, you would explain it away with logic. You would explain it away with some kind of practical thing, like, oh well, that just means you're this. Kind of like if people hear voices, or if things, you manifest something, they'll be like, oh well, that's just a coincidence that it showed up. Or like with the people hearing voices, like, oh, they're just, there's something wrong with them mentally. They're schizophrenic or something, that's why they hear voices. And they don't really explain it in the way like, well, I'm hearing from source energy, I'm hearing from spirit, I'm hearing inner guidance, right? So I feel like this card talks about, as this thing inside you, this thing that you're birthing, right, is brewing, is growing inside you before it manifests. It's like, how much magic are you going to allow into your life? Or how much belief, right, are you going to allow into your life before the thing shows up? It's like you have to really believe in it. You have to really be able to feel that the thing that you, number one, like, you're worthy of it, you deserve it, and that as you're going through this thing where you set the energy, like, yes, I believe it in it, yes, I believe it's coming, you're going to receive information on things that you can do during this time period. So number one, set your energy for belief. And then as you do that, once you come into alignment with it, and you're releasing all of your resistance, releasing all of the shadow aspects, right? Then information is going to come to you on inspired action, things that you can do. So say if this is like a career job type scenario, right? And you set your energy like, I want this, I have this goal, I have this thing that I want to happen in my job, in my career, right? And as you're releasing your resistance, you're believing in yourself, and you're knowing, you're trusting that the universe is on your side. Universe is going to bring you all of the resources, all of the information, and you kind of have to get yourself into that mindset first. Then as your energy is open and receptive and in harmony with the universe working for you, right? Information's going to come, things, people are going to come, and then that's when you're going to start taking action on things. And so energy first, set your energy first, and then inspired action, whatever you're inspired to do, okay? And that's going to lead you to the place where, the manifestation is going to come, okay? And I feel like that 30-day thing is very important here. Okay. All right. Let's see. That last deck, they wanted to give you a message, kind of as like a final thing, notes from the universe on love and connection. So, apply it to your situation. This might not be about job. This might be about relationships. This might be about, like a house you want to manifest, or, whatever it is that's going on in your life that you're asking the universe for, or hoping to create for yourself. Apply this energy to your situation. Okay. So, final message. And they're saying to enjoy your pregnancy. The metaphorical pregnancy of whatever it is that you're birthing, right? Whether it is like a project or, manifestation, whatever it is that you're birthing. They're saying to enjoy this, this aspect of it. That kind of like incubation period, gestation period. And when you're in love with the idea of the thing, that thing that you're going to birth is going to be so good. Fall in love with it before it comes. It's going to be so good. Okay. Don't be misled. You might not know now, but you will. Oh, okay. Well, let's read the back of these. This one reminds me of that mother thing that we talked about. Whether it be mother or just like other people that think differently from you, right? And then this one is like, you might not know now, but you will. So like within this process of manifestation, there will be some stuff that it's kind of like that thing we were saying just now, where it's like, you have to believe in it yourself, you have to know it yourself, and then it'll come. But before it actually shows up, it's just about your own belief, right? It's just about like your own insistence on it being true, right? All right, let's see the back of this. When fear speaks, it's always wrong, unless being chased by wildebeests. And when love speaks, it's always right and usually bouncy. Game on, the universe. Yeah. So trust what feels true inside you, what feels like love inside you. So if, your mom or whoever, if what they're saying feels loving to you, then that's truth and you can follow that. But if it doesn't feel like that, then follow your own feeling, right? Think of someone very, very special to you. Now feel yourself bursting with love for them. Now mentally shower, drench, and soak them in that love. Now mentally shower, drench, and soak yourself in my love. Now feel it always, the universe. Drench yourself in universe's love for you, in source energy's love for you, in your spirit's love for you. So remember we were talking about magic? During this time period, this gestation period before the thing comes, whatever it may be, if you fall in love with it, fill your imagination with the magic, with the love for it before it comes. It will come, and it will come in the very, very best way, and then you will know. Okay? Because it will come. You will know, and it will come. I should say it like that, because when you know it, it will come. Alrighty. Okay, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.